Hi guys, welcome to day 11 of the 60-day DAS Trader Challenge. Today was a pretty tough day in terms of my overall trading. I took more trades than I would have done. I had 43 tickets, which is more than I would by, I wouldn't say double, because I normally would have taken about 32 executions, which divided by about 3 or 4 gives you about 8 or 9 trades roughly. But today there just seemed to be a lot more losers than there were winners, which was the case. So let me just go through my trades. My P&L for the day, so let me show you that first. My P&L for today is $73.47. Now, I got out of a $350 hole. So literally 20 minutes before making this video, I was thinking to myself, okay, I've got to leave early today, very shortly, in fact. I don't know how many more shares I don't know how many more trades I can actually take or hold on to the ones that I still am holding on to. And I closed all of my positions and I got into NVDA again. So I was down about $250 20 minutes ago. And I thought I'll just get into NVDA one more time because it looks like it potentially could be setting up for another short. And it did. So let me get through the trade. So that kind of helped me get out of the hole. So $73. Look, any day you can get out of a hole, minus $350. To go green on the day is a good day, and that's if you can do that without pushing, in other words, without forcing trades, without taking excessive risk, then that means you're a good trader. Now, I'm not saying I'm a good trader, but I'm a trader that's beginning to become, I guess, good is an overused word, but I'm a trader that's becoming more aware of what needs to be done in order to become successful. So let's put it that way. But normally in the old days, when I say old, I mean a month ago and backwards. Before I started learning this new strategy of mine, what I would have done is, if I was red 350 on the day, I would have taken really big size on pretty much anything that moved. Anything that came up on my scanner or my alert, I would have just crushed it. Crushed it in the sense I would have just gone for it, and probably with devastating results. I mean, you can see what I did on Friday if you have a look at the video on Friday, where I lost $4,000 out of sheer revenge trading, paper trading, because I was just feeling that I lost a couple $100 and I couldn't get out of the hole. And I just kept digging myself deeper and deeper and deeper. The difference between that day and today is that on Friday, I don't think it was this Friday that just was. I think it was maybe a couple weeks back. The difference was that on that day I just went absolutely crazy on one stock, KR, and I just wouldn't stop, and I was obsessed with it. Today, I was a lot more disciplined, I guess, and I said to myself, okay, if I am to lose $250 today, so be it. My maximum loss for the day is $300. If I lose $250, that's it. I mean, that happens. That's trading, and it'll give me some good trades to kind of to analyze. But seeing NVDA set up again, just kind of, I said to myself, okay, I will give it another shot because it's looking like it wants to break down, and it worked. So let's go through the trades at the moment. So these are all my executions here. So let's put let's do it by order of symbol. All right, so CLVS. Now these are not necessarily in order of the day that I took them in, they're just in order of symbols. So CLVS, what happened here? CLVS. So what's the earliest time? The earliest time is 10:11. Okay, I remember what happened with this. So I was, this is a trade where I was a bit of a sheep. No other explanation for it. I was just a sheep and I was following someone in the chat room. And the person decided to short here. And I just kind of got in without really thinking. I mean, I looked at it. I saw that it was up on the day a fair bit. I saw that it was due for, I wouldn't say even a reversal, but a pullback, and we got the pullback here. And then, and I thought, okay, maybe it'll continue to trend upwards, but it didn't. It kind of, had this kind of indecision week, and then I had one red candle close to the VWAP, but still above the 9-day EMA. And then for some reason, I just thought, okay, this looks okay. But it wasn't really okay because it didn't really break down. I mean, it did break down below the VWAP. It touched the VWAP and went below it during the 5-minute candle, but it didn't actually close below the 5-minute candle at any stage. Below the VWAP, I should say. So in essence, a trade where I didn't follow my plan because I just listened to somebody else. Okay, now that's not what I should be doing. So the lessons were that this didn't work out. I mean, even if it worked out, it wasn't part of my strategy. So this is one of those demons that you have inside you. You know, that kind of tempts you to take it. It looks good, looks juicy, but it's not juicy and it's not good and it's bad for you. And this is what happens. So you've got to stick to your strategy. And I didn't do that. And I shorted here and I got out here for a loss. You can see my loss here. I think it was $103. And then I shorted here again, once again, following like a freaking dumb blind sheep. And got out for another $112 loss. You know, there's just no explanation for taking a trade like this without the technical setup being there. So lesson for me here is I'm not going to be following. I mean, I am following the moderator because I'm learning his strategy and I'm learning when to enter, exit, what support resistance levels he uses. So I'm learning that side of things. But you know, blindly following. And the good thing is, I have to be honest with you guys. The good thing is, so I've been in this chat room for about this is the 11th day of the sim. So I was there maybe 3 or 4 days before. So let's say 15 days. So let's say 3 weeks. So I've been there for 3 weeks. And about, what's today? Today's Tuesday. So from last Friday and Monday, yesterday and today, I've started to kind of branch out on my own, so to speak. So I've started looking at other trades that maybe, you know, the people in the room aren't trading, or maybe they have traded it and have moved on. And I'm still looking at those stocks. I'm not just blindly, you know, opening the book, closing the cover, and moving on and you know, putting it somewhere aside. So the point being here, I'm beginning to think on my own. I mean, I'm still not there yet. I've still got a long way to go, but I'm beginning to have the confidence to kind of go out on a limb and try things out. And if they don't work out, then don't work out. And I have to be honest, if this was my own trade that I took of my own accord, then fair enough, you know, I put it down to just being an idiot. But because I'm following someone and not thinking myself, that makes me a doubly stupid idiot. So that is just a trade that I don't want to be seeing ever again by just blindly following. And I'm sure it will happen from time to time, but the point is to minimize it as much as you can. EQT was a really good couple of trades. So these are all my entries on EQT here. Short selling as well, made some decent money on those. I think it was 2 trades. I got in here at 950. So once again, we gave it a couple of candles to set up. The first 5-minute candle gave us a decent indication of where this stock could be headed. Now, we shorted this yesterday as well. And this was a good short yesterday. It was one of those slow movers that don't really stress you out or panic you too much, but they do have really good kind of end results. And you know, the VWAP is this thicker blue line here. And I got in when I saw that the first 5-minute candle broke below VWAP. Now, the second candle was important because at 9:35, if this candle had broken and closed above the VWAP, so not just broken through, but closed above the VWAP, that would have given me indication that the trend could be changing and it could possibly be going upwards. And that wouldn't have been a good place to start shorting. But because it didn't close above the VWAP, it came close. And the second candle also didn't have the momentum or strength to close above it. And neither did the fourth candle. So you're looking at, where's 9:30? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 5-minute candles. So for 20 minutes, this stock was unable to break the VWAP. That for me is a good enough sign to say, right, this looks weak on the day. Let's go short. So I got in here. I probably got in a little bit late. I mean, this would have been a better entry at $52.82. So I got in here probably about 20 cents off the top. But that's because I just saw it late. And I think I added to my position here. That's right. I added here, I think. So you just need to go through these times to see which was the earliest time. So 952, I went in 200. Then at 955, I added another 200 here. And then I think I added another maybe, I don't know, 100 here and 100 here. I didn't want to quite cover here because my ultimate target was around the $52 mark. That was really where my target was. And that was based on a day level. That isn't marked here at the moment. Actually, my apologies. My daily target was the 52.25, 52.20 mark. So this is what I was aiming to do. What I'll do is I'm going to try and see if I can start drawing on these videos that I do. I'm going to see if I can just start drawing some lines because it'll just make it easier for myself and for everyone else to kind of understand exactly where it is that I'm referring to. So I'll try and do that next couple of days. So this was my target, 52, about 20ish. And you know, being a bit greedy, rather than covering here, this would have been from 52.60 to 52.25, let's say 52.20, you know, 35 cents or 40 cents, which is a decent move, but because I was already down, whatever it was, $350, I wanted to take the bigger slice of the pie. So, you know, there's greed coming. Rather than taking a smaller profit and, you know, and moving on, you know, I wanted to kind of get more money. And lo and behold, it bounced up, and I thought, okay, because it's so weak, I don't think it's going to break the VWAP and go back up. So I added slightly to my position, which what it did was it increased my my average price, which is good if you're going short, bad if you're going long. And it started just, you know, breaking down, and as it reached that 52.20 area here, I covered in 3 or 4 stages, as you can see. So a good trade. Now, because I had to go, and I have to go soon, if I hadn't had to leave, I probably would have left 100 shares, which is what this last bit was. Just left it hanging there, not left it hanging, but would have left it rolling on. And, you know, this continued to kind of buck the trend and still keep going down. So, you know, it would have been a decent trade if I had held on, but it was still a good trade and it helped me get out of my hole. LEN, really slow mover. Broke the VWAP, broke the 50-day moving average, showed weakness after this initial kind of rally in the morning, and it couldn't break the pre-market high, which was set at about 8 o'clock this morning. So as soon as I saw that, I thought, okay, it looks like a bit of a reversal, potentially a bit of a top being made, and we got in here, and also just waited until it broke the VWAP. Didn't want to get in early. You know, want to make sure I follow these indicators, and I did, and I got in here maybe a little bit late, but still, I mean, not too bad, maybe 10 cents off the top, and I just held through this kind of bit of an indecision here, a bit of a hammer really, and another little hammer, and I covered, I think I covered half here, and a little bit there, a little bit there. So ultimately, I was hoping for it to get down here to this 50-day moving average. I mean, that was my ultimate goal, but once again, I had to leave. And, you know, I had closed this off, and it ended up bouncing just a little bit the other way. So it was led. NVDA, let me just leave it to last, and I'll just go to Tesla because NVDA was the last trade. And there were a couple of on there. NVDA was one of these bull busters that just, you know, bull breaker trades that I call them. Just didn't want to break down. Very strong stock. Now, this is freaking expensive. Now, I took this as a bit of an experiment. I mean, yes, the chat room was looking at it, and yes, the moderator took it. My goal here was to take a tiny bit of the pie just to see how a stock this expensive, what is the price action like? Does it behave like an NVIDIA stock, which is a third of its price? Does it behave like a, I don't know, like a Yahoo stock, which is about $50? You know, what does it look like? You know, how does it behave? And a strong stock like this certainly is very, very strong. And what we did was we saw it break the VWAP here. We were watching it, we as in myself and the chat room, I guess, and the moderator and everyone else who was interested in Tesla, since I think it had a gap up. And the point, the target was, the objective of this trade was to see whether it can get down to this $372 mark, which was the pre-market low of the day. And because it had kind of came back off these highs in pre-market, I mean, it had pretty good pre-market action. I mean, it had pretty good action where it kind of it took into account these moving averages, and it kind of followed like just a nice technical trade. And so we got in here at probably maybe a little bit earlier than what we would have done. But let's see what time we got in here. 9:34. So just a little bit before the first one, the candle broke, and it just wouldn't crack. So I covered here, a bit of fear going in, went and shorted again here, covered here for a pretty much just a break even, and then I left it alone. Even like, look at it now. Now would have been a great trade. And NVIDIA. NVIDIA was another one of these day setting trades where a little bit weaky. I mean, initially I went long here, and then I kind of messed up my hotkeys here. And I mean, this is what I wanted to talk about. This is where I got in. Actually, I think this is where I sold my long position. And then I shorted it as it kind of broke below the VWAP and the 9-moving average, and I just held on. And I got in here again a second time, and then again a third time, which is where I got out literally 10 minutes ago. So overall, not a bad day, not too happy, but I'm going to go analyze these trades. I'm going to see where I went wrong. and I'm back tomorrow. Feel free to ask me any questions. Shoot me an email. Talk soon. Bye.